You say, wow, 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 wow. My voice is gone, wow, 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 wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, when she walked in, I mean, she was just a client.
I'm doing all the work.
And you're doing a good job.
So I was getting ready for a breakup. I'm like, I think if we're not moving forward, this is it.
Okay, my name is Bezariel Mwanza.
Sifelani Mary Mwanza. I almost said Mwale. After 8 years.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll start. We met in Ndola in 2010. Yeah, 2010. She was sent to come and record at my studio, SFE Productions. We used to record a lot of different gospel musicians in the city, and I think at about that particular time, we produced some of the really good Christian music, which was highly played by Christian Voice, and I think Doxa wanted an artist to give some hit songs, and they brought them to my studio, which was SFE Productions in Ndola. And yeah, when she walked in, I mean, she was just a client, of course, but you can just tell from her looks that there's something that just sparks when you just see her. So yeah, definitely one of the things that caught me was her smile when she came to meet me at the studio and set up a recording session. Though obviously, you know, I had my own reservations. You were good
at that.
You're just focusing on business, but deep down, you know that there's something, you know, about this. So yeah, that's how I got to meet her. Actually, meet her officially, because I had seen her before, but I didn't, you know, get to meet her the way I met her when she came to the studio.
First impressions, like he said, he is a focused person. So I saw him, and this person's just focused on work, focused on ministry, and it was always serious business. And but I think there was one day when his sister came in to the studio, and I think she wanted something. It's a conversation between the two that they had that I got to see a different side of this person who looked so serious, and the exterior was like, yeah. And then I get to see a soft, gentle, kind, and caring person. I was like, oh, wow, there's something there. My heart melted. Yeah.
Okay, so the album I produced then, was called Wonderful. Yeah, that was a debut album. It's called Wonderful. And I mean, working with her, I think I have a way in which I know how to separate what work is and what my personal stuff is. So I think I was focused. I really was focused. I found out the best songwriters. We teamed up with DMK. We teamed up with Brian, Big Deal Graphics, and we did some really good songs. And it was just fun to work with her.
It wasn't very easy because he's a perfectionist. So then I was like nervous. Anything that you do, like, yeah, he'll be tough on me. So it was work. But then I grew a lot and I learned a lot from him over the years. And the food was always fun. There'd always be food at the studio, and I'm a foodie. I love food, so it was always it was always fun to get to eat meals.
Yeah.
Checha and yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was good. It was good. But he was very hard on me though. Extremely.
It was about the same year. Was it about 2010?
When we were done with the album.
When we're done with the album, of course, now it was business aside. Let's get a bit more personal. Let's get to know each other a bit more. It was in about maybe about May. Yeah, in about May, I think, when we got to spend more time. I got to meet her family. I got to know her a bit more. And I thought, hey, listen, let's give it a try. I'd like to know you a bit more. And I think we took a lot of strolls. I'm one person who people never even saw around the neighborhood. But I think that period of time, people could see me because I took strolls with her every now and then, walk back and forth. Always walked her home, and it was fun.
Oh, so you know what happened? There was that day when he told me how he felt. We were having dinner, right, at some restaurant in Dola. And then we were talking, and I was almost using the word vibing. So we're there chatting, and he was telling me how he felt, and a friend walked in. Was that at the end?
Yeah,
even before we're done,
even
right?
before we're done.
A friend walked in and he's like, oh, you know what? Him being him, he's like, you know what? I think let's go home. So together. And the date was cut short. Oh, but it was late anyway. So then we went home. But then when did I tell you I liked you back?
I think we did.
Maybe the next.
We did the next day. We linked up the next day.
The next day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we started dating.
Yeah.
Yeah. By official, as in engaged, or official letting people know we're together? Or engaged 5 years?
5 years. We dated for about 5 years. Yeah.
Oh, my family loves. I think they wish they had him as the son and me as the daughter-in-law. My family is in love with Bez. Like, there's no one who doesn't love him. Yeah. It's just his personality, his heart, that everybody was just like, you know what? He's the right one. And yeah, everybody was celebrating it and they were happy for us.
Oh no! So listen,
about
the ring size, I did not even figure that out before. I had to take a chance and just get a ring, okay? And when it comes to the actual engagement, it was just one funny day. Just so weird how everything happened. So I generally had come to Lusaka because I lived in Ndola and she was living in Lusaka. I traveled to Lusaka to just get the ring and to meet her and finally, propose. And when it was time to propose, the idea was I'll take her out for a movie and at some point I'll figure out how I'll tell her at the cinema hall that I want to marry her. But what's funny is that day, there was load shedding and Zesco did their number and there was no power and the movie shut down. And what was funny is that there was just the two of us in the whole cinema hall. Yes. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Mm-hmm. So I think I dropped something I said I've dropped something. Let me pick up something. That's how I just thought, brilliant idea. Let me grab the ring. And there's just the two of us. So I took out the box and she was like, what? Yeah. And that's how I asked her, will you marry me? And she said, of course. And immediately she called her mom and she was in tears.
Yeah, I cried.
Yeah. Yeah, about.
Should I tell them?
Yeah, sure.
Because on my end, I'm like, dude, year 4, I thought we were going to get engaged. And then I get the weirdest gift when I was thinking it would be a ring. So now we're in year 5, and I'm thinking, dude, is he serious? Is he playing? What's going on? So I was getting ready for a breakup. I'm like, I think if we're not moving forward, this is it. And I think I even told my mom, like, yeah, I'm getting ready to leave.
Move on. It's taking long.
And then, so it was such a shocker to see him get on his, and he was like looking for something in his bag. He's like, oh no, I've missed something. And we were just the 2 of us in the cinema hall, like he's already said. And then he got on his knees and gave a speech. I can't even remember what it was, but it was so touching, and I was in tears. And yeah, it was beautiful.
Well, we did have a fight. I knew we had a
Too
fight.
much information.
I knew we had a fight, and I mean, I don't know if
I
there's
talked
anyone.
about it?
If there's anyone who goes through relationships without fights, there, I don't know. They're
I told you
superhuman
about it?
beings. But no, we did have this, deep chat about a lot of things. I think I even wanted to travel because there was a family funeral here. You say no, you shouldn't travel. It's about the same
okay.
period. Yeah, I think so. But then I was like, listen, all that doesn't matter. I mean, she's been, good to me. I've loved a lot of things about her. Let me make a choice that, we move forward. We have to move past certain things. You can't leave holding on to certain things. Like waiting for perfection. Perfection never happens, unless you are Jesus. But yeah. So I was like, listen, let's move forward and let's move past this stage. I've been dating for a while, and then I was like, I'm just ready to move forward and make this happen.
There was one dress I had from Pinterest. It was like my dream dress.
Maggie Sotero. There we go.
Yes, that I really, really, really wanted. But then there was once he told me, he's like, okay, let's take a walk in and just go and see some shops within, because we couldn't get that particular one, right? We didn't find it
Yeah.
online. So when we went in there, I found a dress that I loved, and it turned out that the owner of the store happened to be someone I knew from way back when we were in Botswana, and she was my lecturer and a family friend as well. And she offered to do our deco
Oh, yeah.
for free. And I loved the dress. I grabbed one. But the way God works, a night before the wedding, we go into one of the stores at Intercontinental with my sister. And we start looking at dresses. For some reason, we just start looking at dresses. And guess what? I found my dream dress, and there it was. And so we grabbed it a night before the event. So I did my 2 changes, like at the church. I had one,
blessing,
and in the evening,
reception.
I grabbed my dream dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was just beautiful. Just looking at her walking down the aisle, her family handing over, passing through brother, sister, brother-in-law, her dad, mom. That just felt so good. I was like, yeah, we're moving forward to a new chapter. I felt good.
I would say gratitude, because life isn't always all rosy. So at the end of the day, it's like, here we are, and we are finally standing before God and before our families and friends and making a commitment to each other. For me, that was, heartwarming. It was like a heartwarming experience. And then, like he said, my whole family walked me down the aisle, which I think I was so grateful for. So I started with my brother, and then went to my brother-in-law, my sister, and my parents. They all walked me down. And that's such a blessing, to have the backing of the people that you loved first and have always been there for you. Yeah, to support you and give you their blessing through the journey. Yeah.
No idea. I think song lists went wrong.
Yeah. All I that's all I it was like, you know what? Where it
Yeah.
went incredibly wrong was I had the whole dance planned in the evening. I'm like, this is the song we're going to dance to, and we were, because we didn't want to do the whole lineup and have the fuss of planning. So I just had my matron and yeah, two little ones on
Yeah.
the on our lineup. That was it. And then the other people did, what do you call that when people come to just like a mob or something, a bomb dance kind of thing, in the audience who came joined us for a dance, and then they went back to their seats. So we didn't have rehearsals and it wasn't hectic. So in the evening, what we wanted to do was have a special dance with couples who've been married for an amount of time and whatnot. So we had this whole thing planned and we go through it with the DJ. The time comes, the song that's playing is different. And I'm like, what's going on here?
I think the
What's
biggest
the song?
contributor to that, us running a media company, we just had people who felt like it's just a family wedding, you know?
Oh,
And
so we
just-
had a lot of friends.
We had a lot of
family.
friends,
Yeah.
family, and yeah, they were all
So,
over the place.
Yeah,
you know?
everyone was so excited and everyone was just
Yeah.
in their own spaces. But it worked out. It was beautiful. I would do it again.
Eight
8
years,
going
on
on
9.
in June. Talking to it,
Yeah, talking through it and
giving
just
each other space sometimes.
yeah, sometimes giving each other space and yeah, giving each other space, talking through it, and we're back at it.
And the most important thing is not holding a grudge against your friend and trying to resolve it as quickly as possible. I don't think we've ever gotten into any disagreement that would make us not talk, maybe even for a long period of time. Before the day ends, would have probably resolved our issues, or would be talking and still working through it. If it's a big issue, would still be working through it the next day. But never a time when we threw in the towel on each other. And yeah.
I personally, I would speak for myself. I'm a pusher in anything I do, so I do not easily want to give up on anything because I know that through those challenges there's growth, and I just look forward to learn the lesson that I'm trying to learn when I'm passing through that moment of where we have a disagreement. Like, what is this all about? Yeah, so giving up is not part of my
Have I ever wanted to give up?
well, speak for yourself. But if I was to speak for you, yes, there's many
I'll be
times.
like, I'm going.
Yeah, there's many times I
Mommy.
think, yeah, my wife would do that. But we're different again, so I understand. And I know she's told me so many times that if I ever do such things, please, hold me back and, hug me or be there for me. And yeah,
It's emotion story.
yeah.
Never acted on it.
No.
No, we'll say it. I think when it's heated, like, you know what, dude. But oh yeah, we have to be serious. Never acted on anything, and I feel I heard an analogy today, which was talking about the watermelon and the seeds. So you don't throw away the whole watermelon because there were a few seeds inside. So you choose, and in the moment, sometimes things are said, sometimes feelings are hurt, but it is grace that keeps you going. And for me, I am grateful to God that you can find someone who'd be patient with you, even when you are not at your best, when you're at your highest, when you're at your lowest, when you're in the middle, you find someone who's always patient with you. And I think that's what we've both been to each other. And that's such a blessing. Yeah. His calmness, his patience. He's got a big heart. He loves with his whole heart and loves my family the same way he loves me, even more. So I love that about him.
I would want to say the same thing, but of course, in my own words, I think her big heart for just people. Uh, she loves. She has a heart which is very different from a lot of people because I've seen her, start a project serving the kids at Jedediah Learning Steps. That's people who children who don't have support from their parents. She's there for them. She supported so many people who she gives. Like even if she doesn't have much, she's able to just give up the little she has just to see someone else smile. Yeah.
Like right now, I was almost crying. I love to hear that when he talks about the qualities in me that he appreciates the most. That melts my heart all the time. Yeah.
Seeing her smile every day, seeing her happy, it just makes me smile. It just makes me be at peace, knowing that everything is okay. Oh, talk about singing. Well, because, we all have this music thing about us. So she does a lot of singing. I've had countless videos of her singing in my phone. Right now that she's added the skill of learning guitar, she's always singing with her guitar. And yeah, I mean, I'm just so used to it. It's like being in the studio every day.
Half the time I'm like, poor neighbors, I am so sorry. We're gonna soundproof the house one day. But I'm constantly making noise and just constantly singing.
Yeah, of course. I've always took it up. I mean, I've always taken it up as, a responsibility. Whatever I can do to support her project, I have done it. And I know my strength will definitely support her and support whatever she does. So my media house is just ready to do it. I know at some point I've had professional companies. There's a professional company which came from the US, good friends of mine who came to just document her project as well. But just trying to gain support from a different perspective and just trying to gain people just to tell their story in their own ways. But we've been able to tell our stories about, the community work she does. Literally every event that happens there, we're responsible. We have to document, take pictures, and just send them to whoever donates things there. Yeah.
When they need models, right, I'm there. I'm sure. No, but even behind the scenes, we do a lot of checks and balances amongst ourselves. Just run our projects with each other where we are, and even share ideas and any knowledge that I may have gained that he probably wouldn't know about. So we're constantly, encouraging each other and supporting each other in that way as well.
On that one, I agree so much because we have different. We're in different fields, but we are all leaders in our fields. So if I do have certain things I need to correct or I need to fix at the office, I would ask her, tell her how it went, and she'll give me her 2 cents, and she'll just share, listen, this is how things are supposed to be done, or this. So just that little advice just goes a long way.
I would say the mind is such a powerful tool, and whatever you will feed your mind with, it's going to believe. Life wasn't guaranteed that there wouldn't be any trials, that there wouldn't be any hardships, that there wouldn't be any hard times. But it is how we choose to conquer those things. And especially as children of God, we need to understand that it's also very spiritual. It is very spiritual, and the enemy is constantly trying to fight and separate people. But holding on and getting your mind right and feeding it with the word of God constantly, feeding it with the promises that he has for your life, over your life, do what you need to do. If it's taking some time away, there's times when I'm very overwhelmed, either with work or with home life, I'll do like maybe a day or two, go on a sabbatical, just seek God and get back with a fresh perspective on things and issues. I think that has really helped me. So yeah, and just staying cued in the things of God and in the Word of God. Yeah.
I think my word to that man who wants to give up in that marriage, I'd say, don't easily give up on things. My personal perspective to things is that there's a spiritual side of things. You know, especially when people get married, it's not just merely two people getting together. I think there's a spiritual side of things that people need to understand. They need a covering. I think one of the most important things is they need to remember that God is the only one who can keep them together, meaning God should be number one. I encourage that person to make sure that they're able to get to church, get the right counsel, get the right encouragement that will keep them going, and just stick to the word. God's word is sharper than any two-edged sword, and it will be able to protect you from anything that will harm your family. That's where all the wisdom is. That's the foundation. You don't have the word, you don't read the word, you are doomed.
I had this one in the morning. Say yours while I think.
Oh, 2 lessons. I would say life is beautiful. It's just perspective. What you want to get out of life is basically, it's very personal. Like, I have learned that I have to appreciate what I have every day and not look at what other people have to appreciate life. So for me, what I have right now with me is what matters. So just appreciate life and be grateful.
I would say I have learned that you can have God's love through a human or something close to God's love through a human. And I've learned patience, a whole lot of it. I'm one person who loves things done right there and then. So I've learned to be very, very patient. Yeah. So his is on the 10th of October, 19.
Ours is on the 24th April, 19.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. It's no big deal for me. As long as I woke up and I'm able to appreciate life. She's big though. And I have learned through her that, there's certain things that just have to be celebrated because they only come once a year. And that's one of the things we take seriously and just make sure we remember to appreciate one another. We do have, I would say, because there's some stuff we've been working in the background, we do have something new that, we trust that God is going to help us release some new stuff out there, some amazing stuff. Yeah. Obviously we've had stuff recorded and, stuff lost, but we're trusting that we should be able to work on something that will not be lost this time.
All right, so they are backing vocals. Fiance fisumanila sa tupela. Ubusuma weka no lusenshi kushandi jonse filankonka. Ya wenevo na mimia. Nenen sansa. Backing vocal fired. Yawe nevo nami, filan con kaine finshin de kabila, filan con kaine konso kondelola.
Filan con
Oh,
kaine.
if you feel ya pa, filen con canevo.
Filan con kaine.
Shonsa shikuina nyenda pesonde.
Filan con
Ati
kaine.
tata le saine finshin de kabila.
Filan con kaine. I became a backing vocal.
So my name is Sifelani Mwanza.
My name is Bezariel Mwanza.
And this is how we met. Oh, that was perfect.